Hey guys, Mike here. Super excited to announce that the vendor table is going to be at WPPI 2025. So in case you weren't aware of what WPPI is, it's the ultimate destination for wedding and portrait photographers. It's happening from March 16th to the 20th at the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's your chance to learn from the best in the industry, get hands-on with the latest gear and tech, and connect with like-minded creatives. Plus, you're going to leave there with long-lasting friendships, fresh inspiration, and a whole new passion for your craft. So check out more information and get your tickets with the link in the show notes. Now, let's kick off the episode. Welcome back to the vendor table.
What's up?
What's up? We got a guest.
Another guest.
Oh my God, we're here with Akua Konadu from HoneyBook.
I'm so proud of you.
I know, I'm like...
No, I legitimately try so hard with guest names, and I'm terrible with them. So that was like try number one.
You did really well.
You did.
Thank you so
Round
much.
of applause for Mike.
So we're welcoming Akua in from Chicago.
Yeah.
You like flew in for this.
Flew in for that.
Hell yeah.
I feel so important.
You guys are important. I'm like...
You might recognize her. She's the host of the Independent Business Podcast. Like she's always appearing on those HoneyBook reels. So.
Yes.
But no, we're so excited to have her here. We're talking a little bit about staying organized, creating a better wedding business. Like you're an entrepreneur, girl. Like I've seen your stuff. Like you, man.
A lady boss. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
We're all about like, you know, that female empowerment. As a male, I feel like I'm a feminist. So, you know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm a meninist, right? Is that what it is? That a thing? Is that a term? That's a fucking term.
You're a feminist.
Okay. All right. Listen, I would buy a shirt that says feminist. I would.
You should.
I support those boss ladies.
The movement.
Yeah,
Hell
I've got
yeah.
like a whole collection of things that say like burn the patriarchy. And
Yeah, there you go.
shit.
Yes.
Tired of hearing from old white men. That's my favorite.
But-
That's my favorite.
Yes.
well, listen, I want to give our audience a little bit of introduction, you know, like who you are, like what, you know, a little bit about the Independent Business Podcast, and like, you know, like, give us a little background,
Yeah,
bro.
absolutely. So I am a storytelling strategist. So I've been doing that. It'll be actually January will be like 5 years I've been in business since I went full time. Which is
Congrats.
Yes, thank you.
Nice.
So yeah, I love working with small business owners and SaaS companies of essentially just like infusing storytelling into your content strategy, which has been so much fun. And then also to obviously being host of the Independent Business Podcast through HoneyBook, which has been an incredible journey. Definitely something I did not think that I would be doing, especially doing that full time. But yeah, that has been a dream come true, being able to like interview business owners like yourself about what it truly takes to build a successful, sustainable business. And so here just to chat it up and talk and about all the things. And yeah, I'm excited.
Oh.
Let's talk about all the things.
We got so much to talk about, which is great.
Yes.
So as wedding business owners ourselves, like we know, you know, staying organized is obviously the key to running a successful business.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the number one thing for us personally. So what's your biggest tip to entrepreneurs that are struggling to stay organized?
Oh my gosh, that is such a good question. I think the biggest tip is for me as a business owner, when I first started, I was not organized at all. I think a lot of us can relate to that. Like you're trying.
Same girl.
Same. Right. You're trying. The thing was, I was just trying to hurry up and get a client. Like that was my main objective.
Okay.
So you're not really thinking about the organizational piece, but then when things start hitting the fan, you're like, oh shit, like I really have to figure this out. And so I think the biggest tip for me is I'm always going back and looking and to refine my systems. I'm always going to make that sure I take that time to go back and look of like, okay, this is what my current workflow looks like. What are ways that I can absolutely make it better, right? Because I feel like, especially as people in the wedding industry in general, it's all about the details.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed, especially interviewing so many people on the Independent Business Podcast, is we've had six-figure, seven-figure business owner. The main thing that has led to their success is the organization and is the systems. If you're like, hey, I'm trying to make 6 figures this year, go back and look at your systems. If like, hey, I'm trying to make, 200,000, 300,000, or I actually want to hit some of yours, look at your systems. Okay. And so my main piece of advice is laying out your workflow and always consistently going back and reviewing it. Okay. And like, it's all in those details. Like, what are some things that you can automate or delegate, right? And that's what I love about HoneyBook. Like, before I became host of the show, I was using HoneyBook as a side, like when I had my side hustle. Mm-hmm. And all I needed was just something to send contracts and invoices. Like that was all I needed. And so like as my business has evolved, I've learned and refined a lot of those workflows, and HoneyBook has helped me do that where a lot of things are automated. So I think even going back and laying everything out, but then don't be afraid to automate a lot of things in your business, because it's so, so key and critical, especially when wedding people in the wedding industry, when you're in that busy season, having those automations make all the difference.
Oh, hell yeah.
It adds up, right? Like when you have to go in and like reply to an email, you're like, oh yeah, I'll just do this quick. But at the end of the day, when you have multiple inquiries coming in, that shit adds up. And you're like, I don't have time for this. Like it becomes exhausting, and you want to focus on the parts of your business that's going to make you money, right? That's going to be important to make sure that your business is here for tomorrow.
I feel like you just touched on like 3 separate things that we've reiterated so many times in our own episodes. Those are like huge key points. One, just reviewing your business annually, making sure that like you're constantly doing checkups on your processes and making sure that they are solid. And if something's amiss, reevaluating and seeing how you can make it better. And you said automation as well. We just talked about how automating our businesses has like completely changed our workflow.
Oh my God.
And given us so much of our time back. So yeah, like for solidly me, behind you on everything you just said.
Seriously, like so the automation part was like the biggest game changer for me once I figured out how to use automations. Like, holy shit! Like that was like, like I just got so much time back, because you don't realize. I don't think a lot of people realize until you're a small business owner, right? How long it takes to write an email.
Yes.
like when you think about this, right? Like break this down, right? Like say. One of the things I do is timeline prep. Okay, so like helping people like plan the photo timeline of their wedding day. Okay, so as a photographer, like we have a say in that. Like even though a planner most likely is doing that, a photographer really lays out the photo schedule of the day, like when they're going to arrive, like when hair and makeup should be like finishing up and everything like that. So like, all right, we have 2 hours for photo time. We're going to do this in the 2 hours. So those emails sometimes take me like 45 minutes to prep. Like legitimately, once a client sends me in their timeline questionnaire, which I do in HoneyBook, by the way, fill that out.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. But it's great because like, you know, I'll get notified of that, all right? Like their timeline's ready to review. So I'll go through it, and then I'm reviewing it and I'm writing it down, and I'm like, oh my God, this takes me 45 minutes to write this email. So I'm trying to figure out how to automate that. But at the same point, like, I know how long it takes to write a regular email. So the fact that you could kind of speed up things with automations, with like one-click replies, things like that. Like I love those. Like I created a couple of email templates that are just like, hey, if I'm available, here you go. Like if I'm unavailable, here you go, instead of having to write it every time. So with HoneyBook, that just made our lives so much fun.
But
oh
like,
my God.
let's talk about those. I'm like really lazy as well. I hate sending emails. I hate it.
Yeah.
But like even like I have those templates, but then when the AI email composer came out, I was like, I don't need to use it. I mean, I still need to use it, but I just go in and edit a couple things and I'm like,
it's so much easier. I was just going to touch on that because that, like, we're going to go into like right after this, we're going to talk about like some of the new features that HoneyBook has introduced, because 80 plus new features is huge. But that was one of the things I was like, whoa, hold on. What is this? That just popped up on my email thing. And it was an automated response to a client over something like that. And I was like, oh my God, I just have to change like one little thing in here.
And then just
send it.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It knows me better than me.
Yeah, I know.
It pays attention to how you talk.
Yeah. I'm like, what is this? Stop it. Stop understanding me so well.
But don't.
Yeah, like exactly. I'm like, this is Terminator shit for me. It's like fucking.
It's all of a sudden gonna just start like attacking you.
Yeah, like between like we had AI editing that got introduced last year. Helps business owners tremendously. To AI replies with HoneyBook, things like that. Like biggest feature. Okay, we both talked about this on our last episode.
The note taker.
The AI note taker. Yo, that's like game changer.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. 100% game
Love
changer.
it. I'm obsessed with it.
Like
truly.
Like, because we talked about it, I always take physical notes. Like I have a notepad. Like my wife gets me a notebook every year with like my branding on it and everything like that for my client notes.
Oh, she's so cute.
I know.
She's adorable. Isn't that nice? That's very nice, right?
So sweet.
I love that gift. It's my favorite gift, and I'll still use it. But I just had my first meeting for 2026 couples. And I started utilizing the AI note taker towards the end of 2024. And it's so freaking awesome to be able to like just get a recap from the meeting, because there are things I forget to write down.
Yes.
And I'm like, and it picked up on the things that I was trying to emphasize, and I was just like, yo, this is so useful. It's so useful.
Those 3 things, like your meeting prep. It
Yes, I love that too. Yeah.
It preps you for your meeting, then it transcribes the entire audio of the meeting, and then it
sends
you a recap.
Yeah.
Of like key points from the meeting, which is just
amazing.
Incredible.
Yes. And I just launched a new service in my business, and I ended up having to interview the client for 2 hours, and I did that AI note taker, and because I had so many notes, but that AI note taker literally organized everything to me, where I was able to just create, like, it saved me so much time having to go through all the notes, organize all the notes, then send it to the client. Literally all I had to do was just copy and paste. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to save me so much time.
So much time.
One of my favorite
awesome. So awesome. So like that, it kind of bridges into our next question, which is HoneyBook has helped us both as business owners. I attributed a lot, I've said this before on the show, actually numerous times, but I attribute a lot of the reason I went full time was because I had a CRM like HoneyBook to help kind of organize me and push me forward. So, it kept everything organized in one central hub, which is amazing. So can you tell us about some of the newer features that HoneyBook has rolled out over the last year or so? Like we talked about the AI note taker and automations and things like that, but was there any like this year that like, you want to highlight? Like,
oh my gosh, yeah, like Google and Apple Pay, now that they accept that. You know what I mean? I think that was huge. Like, really, again, like you're meeting clients where they're at, making it a lot more easier for people to work with you. And that's what I love so much about HoneyBook is that they are always ahead of the curve, number one. And then 2, it's all about how can we make it as easy as possible for business owners so that they can make it as easy as possible for their clients. And so that's one of the biggest pieces. The SMS, like those text notifications, those were one of my favorites. We're just setting those reminders via text message. So like obviously in emails, but then it just really is ensuring, again, that you are always staying on top of mind for your client, because life be life and things happen, and you know what I mean? So it just really ensures that that your clients are not missing any meetings. Again, it just, those small details make all the difference. The lead forms, which I think was great. Like, I love that, where you can have the scheduler just embedded in. Again, making it as easy as possible for people to work with you and just removing a lot of those unnecessary steps. So that's where it goes back to, again, of like, going back to look at your process, because now like HoneyBook has evolved so much where it's like, it can easily take out other steps that you didn't even realize, right? Like, you don't have to send that extra email to schedule. It's now just in your lead form, and the person can fill out the form and schedule right there. And then boom, that removes that step, right? So those are like some really great key features that I personally use that I just love, that have made such a really
Did you even know about that?
No.
Because I feel like you're about to, your wheels be turning right now.
It's there. I'm like, what? Are you serious right now? Because
we just had a conversation about how he like loves the scheduler and like being like clients being able to do it. Now they can do it before they even like.
I have talk
to you.
So I have my other business, Akua, which is like a gift boxing business. So it's all the products are from BIPOC and LGBTQIA business owners. And so what's really cool about that, we also do corporate gifting. And so what we did is that I used the lead form and embedded that into like the website for the button. So they click that and they fill out the form, and then to like start the process right away, they just have to click the scheduler. Then I just meet the client.
What the shit, man?
So, like, just watched all the wheels start turning in his brain right now.
She like the hamster wheel.
Yes,
like the meme.
I'm like removing that extra step. So and I like, and then my other, like, obviously my main business with the storytelling strategy, I don't have the scheduler in there because I like to personally see their contact form, like how they answer the questions will determine if I want to move forward with them or not. So, but again, I love that it's the customization part that you have, that you get to really kind of just really make it work for you and your business wherever you're at.
Yeah, that's what I see a lot is like, it allows you to kind of customize, and like that in turn, if you do it the right way, will keep you organized.
Oh, like, 1000%.
Because that's like, I'm always trying to key into organization, and I think if you're organized, boom, you're running a successful business, like straight out of the gate, because that's like the most important thing is like when I see I'm disorganized, holy shit, like where I'm like tripping over my own 2 feet. So having all these like kind of programs in there and all these new things, these new features, which are sexy as hell.
I know.
Yeah, this is turning me on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
This is spicy.
It's spicy.
Well, you know what it is too? It's like we're now living in an age where people want instant gratification. So our clients are now, they don't want to wait as long. So automating your responses, even the automated like out of office messages, like too. Just all I had to do was push a button. Turn it on. And then it'll be like, hey, are you still in office? And then send me like a little
No, I'm not.
Actually, no, I'm not.
That was me over the holiday break. I was just like, it was like, are you still out of office? Yes, I am.
100%.
Like, absolutely. 100%. I don't even want to see anything right now.
Nobody talked to me, but yes, I'm still working.
Yeah. We were talking.
I was so guilty of that. Yeah.
We were talking about it on our last episode, like the little notes that HoneyBook like leaves you, like it's like go to bed.
Yeah.
It's like go to bed. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning because I'm a night owl, so like I'll hop in the office from like 11 to 1. Like my house is quiet. I have 2 kids. Like it's a little chaotic at times, and if I need some extra time, I'll hop in the office for like an extra 2 hours. But there's always a note in there. It's like catch up on some sleep. Please. I'm like, thanks, HoneyBook.
Yeah, I remember tagging HoneyBook in like something. I was so triggered by what it said to me that morning, and I was like, "Really?" And it was like said something about sweatpants.
Yeah,
like wearing sweatpants, and I was like, "Bro, are you serious?"
I know.
Like,
are you in my office?
That felt personal.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Some of the notes, I'm like, okay, I just started eating. Like, don't be disrespectful.
Come on.
You just.
But
I also
give me a minute here,
That's the friend I need in the office now.
Yeah.
Like the wittiness. Thank you.
Yeah, just wait till it starts talking to you. Like, like that's, I feel like that's going to be the next feature.
I know, I won't be shocked. Yeah.
Like
rise and shine, wash your face. Fucking disgusting.
Before you start working.
Did you brush your teeth yet?
Yo, that'd be such a great AI HoneyBook feature. Like a personal AI assistant that talks to you and talks shit.
I mean, giving you that work-life balance.
Come on.
It's very lonely in the office.
Yeah, like what?
It talks to you. I sometimes talk to ChatGPT. I have no shame. So.
Do you really? Yeah. What do you? Okay.
I'm like, hey, how's it going today? Like, I just want to know what it says.
How are you feeling today?
I feel like a person. It's like, oh my God, how are you doing, Akua? I'm like, great. Thanks for asking me about my day.
That's
so,
great.
Like, I hope HoneyBook.
So who really needs a man if you have chat?
I know.
All right.
So I'm like, I won't be surprised if HoneyBook eventually, it's starting to talk to us at some point.
I'll be honest with you. I always thank ChatGPT after it does something for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so it won't come after you, like when the machines rise, right?
I'm trying to be polite.
You gotta be polite.
Yeah. Like
I want to be on the good list. I want them to look at me like, oh, like she's been rocking with us. Okay, cool. So go do what you got to do. Don't come to me.
We're good. We're good.
Okay. So all right, I might have to start doing that.
Tips. Some tips for you in case there's
ChatGPT tips.
AI uprising.
Come after me. Shit. Yeah, that's that. Listen, but if HoneyBook ever added an AI feature that like started talking to you, like you're a personalized office assistant that just like preps you on your day.
I mean, the sky's the limit.
Can I pitch that idea? I feel like I'm pitching this. Yo.
I'm like, put it in the HoneyBook community.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people will hate us for this, but I really want it.
Yeah.
Like, hello, Veronica.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, you can name it. I love that.
Maybe I can select her accent. That would be great.
Absolutely. All right, so
maybe Australian man. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Go.
Are you done? Yeah, there you go. Okay, great. So this episode is sponsored by the Legal Paige. The Legal Paige is a legal education platform for small businesses and a contract template shop. They help you get legally legit in minutes. So Lauren,
I've been using a Legal Paige contract for a while now.
I know you have, and guess what?
Did you do it?
I did. I took the jump. And I implemented Paige's contract into my proposals and everything.
How amazing.
Oh my God. There was so much in there that like just covers my bases.
That you wouldn't even think of.
I'm like, where was this my whole life? Mm-hmm. So they have literally changed the game for me. They have made me feel a lot more secure in my business. And I really think you guys should take a look.
Just take a peek.
Just take a peek. Take a peek.
And there's also something for anything. Like I've gotten a couple of destination inquiries and realized that I needed to change my contract. So you can purchase a destination wedding contract.
Yeah, maybe if you have a second shooter or an associate shooter and you need an agreement, they have those as well. So it doesn't matter what you are in the industry, whether you're a photographer, videographer, planner, florist, DJ, you name it, the Legal Paige has a contract that will make your business legally legit.
All contracts have been reviewed and critiqued by industry-leading professionals and come with free future updates made by the Legal Paige's legal team.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but Paige is a retired wedding and family photographer, as well as an attorney. So she has a very unique perspective and expertise when it comes to photography contracts. They offer education through blog posts, podcast episodes, YouTube channel, pretty much you name it.
The whole nine.
So definitely check them out. Use the link in the show notes to get legally legit. And you know what's really cool about it, Lauren? We got a code.
We got a code. Use TVT10.
And that will get you what?
10% off anything in the shop.
So you want to get your business legally legit? Check out the Legal Paige.
We just want to give a special shout out to Maru, one of our sponsors. Maru is a modern payment experience for the weddings and events industry.
Maru has added some incredible new features, including the ability to send contracts, create itemized invoices, and our personal favorite, the ability to pay contractors.
Love this.
Yeah, like that makes me so happy to have a platform that if I need to pay like an associate or a second shooter, I'm paying them right through Maru. It just goes right to their bank account, makes things so nice and easy.
It's also so neat and organized.
Yes.
You can find anything.
Super organized. Like, I love it because I'm just like, hey, I got to print it out at the end of the year, send my accountant over for tax purposes and all that stuff.
Perfect.
It keeps things so nice and neat.
Maru is a community of 10,000 plus wedding and event professionals, and it's growing. They offer seamless transactions and a hassle-free payment experience. They make it easy for you to focus on what you do best, creating memorable experiences.
So we went over, but with Maru, you could create and share your contract, accept and make payments without processing fees, offer clients a simpler experience, no need to sign up, just pay and go, and pay your contractors, something we both love. So it also keeps all your payments neatly organized in the central hub. You could sign up for free at maru.us/TBT. All right, so we have to ask this question. You're on the show. Yeah. We have to ask this question. This is a big question because at the end of 2024, HoneyBook did announce a price increase to the platform. So as we're loyal users, we've said this so many times, like it's the number one piece of our business, like without a doubt. I recognize the value, I know Lauren does too, of the program and everything like that. So I really wanted to open up this discussion a little bit because like as small business owners, it really is essential to continuously evaluate our own pricing strategies, right? Mm-hmm. So could you share a little bit more about how to optimize maybe HoneyBook to ensure like, say like wedding planners, wedding photographers, wedding vendors in general are like using and getting the most out of the platform. So is there any like advice you might offer like, to others to maybe adjust their price to compensate, things like that? So wanted to ask that question. We have to ask that question. Okay. Our followers would murder us.
They would riot.
Yes. So
you're worried about the AI uprising. You're worried about the wrong uprising.
100%.
True story.
So who better to have? Than the face. I'm calling you the face of HoneyBook. Okay.
I mean, I'll take it.
Okay. All right. So what's your take?
Yeah. No. I think number one, all I can do is just speak from my experience as a business owner and somebody who's used HoneyBook. And one thing that I have just loved about it, like I said, they've always stayed ahead of the curve, and they truly do care about the success of independent business owners, even outside of the product. Like I'm truly living proof of that. And so, change is hard, and that's everything, right? And like it's a really hard thing to navigate, and pricing is also not an easy thing to navigate. But one thing that I have absolutely loved is that I think sometimes as business owners, we have to look at the bigger vision. There have been times, like I said, when I started off as a side hustle, right? And all I needed was contracts and invoices. And as I started to grow, I was like, oh shit, I need this. Does HoneyBook offer it? And I go in there and I'm like, it does offer it. Mm-hmm. And, and as I continued to grow my business, and then I started using more and more features that I didn't even at the time realize that I needed it until I needed it. And so, and that's something that I've loved so much about HoneyBook is that it's evolving. It's evolving because we as business owners are evolving. And so they are keeping up with us. They're staying ahead of the curve because they know that we're going to need these features, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's something that I think is just so key, that you have to look at the bigger picture. Like, I may not be using these features today, but I'm in this business to grow, right?
Right.
I have my goals and my dreams and my vision, and HoneyBook is going to support that because, like I said, there's been times where I'm like, does HoneyBook offer this? And I'm like going to look, and I'm like, I'm relieved because I don't have to go look for another CRM, for certain needs. Like, it has been with me since when I first started out in 2018, 2019, it's been with me throughout that time to now. And it's going to continue to be with me as I continue to grow. And so that's something that I just really want business owners to remember of, like, if they're feeling pissed off about the pricing, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you're evolving, you're going to evolve, and HoneyBook is going to be with you every single step of the way. Like, all three of us are proof of that.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean? And so even if, like, certain features, like, even number one, I love our template gallery too. I have used it. Like, our templates, like, if you, number one, the smart files, which that isn't recent, but that's been a huge game changer for me that I use, but also too, the template gallery has been amazing. And I have absolutely pulled templates, and it has changed the game for my business as well. Like I said, the Google Apple Pay has been a huge thing for me. Lead forms has obviously been a huge thing for me, which are things that I've already shared. I'm trying to think if there are any other features as well that at, like, the top of my head.
The lead form, like integrating the lead form onto my website was
that's huge.
It's so
huge,
simple, but so huge.
Yes. Literally as you're talking, I just got a pop up like somebody inquired. So it's like, the lead form, like Lauren said, not to cut you off, Lauren, but like that was huge. Like that's huge for us.
You think like something like that goes without saying, but it's not. It's, I have a Pixie Set website. So like when I would get a lead, it would go through my email and not into HoneyBook.
Yeah.
So
and then when you reply, it's all there. It's all there.
Everything is there.
It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah. So sexy.
It's really nice, and it makes things so nice. And keying on your point about templates, so I remember this during COVID. Okay, so I had my business during COVID and everything like that. When COVID hit, HoneyBook rolled out templates for cancellation agreements and reschedule amendments and things like that. Things that like people were struggling to find. It was there in the program.
It's there, yeah.
And like I was just like, wow, like that was so helpful to just have that ready to go. And like that's the one thing. And it's like if a company's forward facing and they're constantly increasing the value of their product, then really they have the right to raise their prices, because as small business owners ourselves,
we do the same thing.
We do the same thing, right? Like
100%.
You're not going to have the same skills like when you first started to now. And so, like, right, we always say charge what you're worth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that just applies to everything. And so, and for me, I'm a firm believer of you get what you pay for, to be quite frank. And I'm always going to stay with HoneyBook regardless, because it truly, I'm able to sleep at night knowing that my business is still running, like where I'm able to focus on the things that truly matter to me. Like me, I love to travel. I love my dog Kai. Like I want to have those like times to be able to invest in the things that bring me joy. Also to like me now having to, do the podcast full time and then working and I still have my business running. Like I'm so much more intentional with my time, and HoneyBook really helps me keep on track with that. So, it truly is like you get what you pay for, and like you can't deny it that HoneyBook really does they're ahead of the curve when it comes to entrepreneurship, and like they're very intentional with every single feature that they choose, because they listen to they listen to business owners, they listen to the community.
So that's something that I wanted to touch on just now, because HoneyBook truly does listen to the people that use their platform.
Yeah.
The finance.
Oh my gosh.
HoneyBook Finance.
Yes. Yep.
Was one of the biggest features that I found to be so incredibly helpful when it came tax season.
Can we talk about the buckets?
The buckets.
The buckets.
The savings buckets.
Savings buckets.
I was just telling Mike about this.
I didn't know about this. And
what?
I was like, yeah, no.
Okay.
When she told me about this, I was like, what the shit, man? There's so many things I don't know about.
Yeah.
That's what's cool. It's like you get value out of this stuff. So keep going.
But one of the things that had happened was, I know that HoneyBook was going to, is still going to expand on the finance
1,000%
portion.
Yes. Yeah.
But one of the things that I had saw was removed was the expense tab. And that was how I was keeping track of all my expenses. And I actually wrote into HoneyBook and I was like, I really want that feature back. And I think it was, they brought it back for me because they knew that it was vital for me at the time. And they said it will be discontinued in May of 2025. And I was like, okay, that gives me time to prepare. But then, update, I suppose a bunch of people were upset by it.
Well, yeah, a lot of people did make requests for that.
And they rolled it back out.
Yeah.
And said it's here to stay.
And you can't ask for anything more from a company that, especially the one that you put like your back end business into, that listens to you as the consumer. Because that's the important thing as business owners, like we want to listen to our clients, right? Like and hear their gripes, insights, all that stuff. Like, of course we want to hear compliments, right? Yes, right. But when they have their concerns, you want to obviously address those concerns. And when she told me, I remember when we were like, I think it was right before we recorded a podcast episode, she was just like, they've removed the expenses tab. And I was
so upset. I was like, I'm going to write an angry letter.
Yeah, like I'm so upset about this. And then what happened, like
they brought it back.
I think a week later or something like that. So
they actually, that same day, I was talking with support and they put it back within my personal account.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, I did not know that was a thing that you could do. But thank you so much. I was incredibly appreciative. All of my expenses were still there. And then I got I saw the notification on the top of my screen a few weeks later, or maybe even a month later, that it was here to stay. Yeah. And it said, like, we heard you. And I was like, thank you. I feel so seen.
Love that for you.
So it made me really happy to know that they were listening, but savings buckets.
Yes.
Well, that was actually going to be my next question to you. It's like, can you share any tips for, keeping track of finances?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. When they launched HoneyBook Finance, that was a huge, really exciting piece, because how many of us as business owners saving for taxes, like even knowing how much to put away, it just hurts my soul every single time. Like, you just never know. Sometimes you undersave, sometimes it's great if you oversave, right? So but my point is, I love the buckets from the HoneyBook Finance of how much it literally will tell you how much to put away for each thing, already does it for you. Yeah. And it just takes off such a huge load for business owners, especially when it's time for tax season. Tax season is upon us, right? And so that's just removing that extra step that you don't have to worry about, and you just feel a lot more confident, right? Because these are the pieces of entrepreneurship that just isn't sexy. It's not, right? But it's so important that you have to keep doing it in order to make sure that your business is running. And I think it really kind of cheesy, but puts a little bit of the joy in some of those back into some of those things where I can confidently tackle this now because I have HoneyBook that's here to support me.
Yeah. Prior to having this system, I was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
in my accounts, for sure. This is made it very easy. It just goes right into the bucket. Automatically. Every sale, a certain percentage goes right into my bucket.
That's great too. When you think about it, so say you're really good with finances and everything like that, and you could put that away for a vacation too,
absolutely,
stuff like that. So that's I do that on my own bank account. I'm gonna start using this more. What the fuck am I doing, man?
I have a HoneyBook debit card.
Yeah. Do you really?
I do.
Oh shit.
It's in my purse right now.
Look, you're slipping.
I'm fucking terrible. Yeah, cool. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know what I'm doing right now. But no, that's so cool that you could do.
And it's black, and it's every time I use it, I'm like, my black HoneyBook card.
You tell everybody that every single time you're gonna swipe.
It's my black
my business card.
That's. I gotta say that's fucking cool. I'm just. God damn, man. I gotta figure this shit out. I'm going home and figuring this shit out.
There's a line waiting. My black HoneyBook
My
card.
black HoneyBook card.
Let me just swipe.
Gonna go get a Yaz tea with your
Yaz tea.
My HoneyBook card.
Yeah, there's a place right around the corner called Yaz tea.
Okay.
You like boba tea? You like boba tea?
I do not.
You're okay, but
okay, never mind. Scale
sorry.
Okay, maybe I just haven't tried the right one.
Okay, well,
so I tried one and I was like, I'm not a fan.
We always joke because they're the branding is so on point.
Yes!
See, they don't sponsor the show or anything.
I
they don't.
Love them too.
But we that'd be great. All right, so okay, so these are really great internal things to keep your shit organized. Absolutely. And all that stuff, right? What's a strategy? You're a badass businesswoman. All right, what's a good strategy that a wedding vendor can use to stand out from their competition? Because a lot of people are gonna wonder how are you standing out from your competition? How do we as vendors maybe get a leg up on our competition?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think for me, I'm biased, but I feel storytelling, it truly is the name of the game, and I think now it is no longer, I think storytelling has always been a very trendy word. I feel like we hear it all the time. And I think people had a choice of like, this is a strategy I can use or not. I think now it's needed more than ever. I love AI. Shout out, to all the amazing things that you can do with AI. But however, we still crave that human connection. We still crave that authenticity, that rawness, that realness. And I think, honestly, leaning into not only your story, the story of your clients, also to leaning into those everyday moments, right? Like a lot of the times I have found clients just sharing my story and where I'm at as a business owner, where people have been like, I want to work with you because they already know like our values align and they relate so much to me. And I think that is going to be such a key critical part in standing out, especially in such a saturated industry as the wedding industry, right? Like there's a plethora of photographers. And of course you have like your specific style and stuff like that, but like your story is what's going to make the impact. But not only that, the type of client experience that you also offer makes a huge difference.
Yes.
Makes a major difference. And I think that's something sometimes too that's really overlooked for business owners, because I have worked with several photographers, right? Like just being in the creative industry, and I have my favorites now. And they're all talented, all amazing talented, but I have my favorites because of the experience that I had with them. And so I think those are like the two big pieces of like leaning more into like standing out from like a marketing perspective, leaning more into your story, but then also from an internal staying organized, really again, going back of like the details in your client experience. How can I make this the best experience possible for whoever works with me? Because I want them saying my name, but I'm not in the room.
Yeah.
That's like how I view everything. Like when
yeah.
somebody's like, I'm looking for XYZ. Oh yeah, I know it's about Akua. Like that's what it is for me. So, and I want those people to come back every single time. And so that's what it is. I think those are the two things that really truly do help wedding vendors stand out 1,000%.
Love that.
Well said.
Yeah, no, that was so,
Clip that.
Yeah. Let's clip that one. That was good.
That was great.
That was fucking great. The storytelling is like, for us being photographers, like we're storytellers. We often like, you'll see a lot of photographers kind of put that in their mantra, I guess.
Yeah.
But content, especially these days, like we talked all about it, but like I'll like on a previous episode, but content is a big part of what we do now.
Yeah.
Like to further sell our business, right? So I think like you have to tell a story through your content, okay? It's gone are the days of just showing a pretty image or just like saying like, here's my services. People have to relate to you as a business owner, because, as a small business owner, your personality is probably what sells your business more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like the portfolio, like as photographers might get you in the door, but like the personality is what hooks them. So like, that's like such a big fucking vital piece is like what you just said, because I'm like, hell yeah, we've been preaching that on the show.
Yeah.
And like it's great to hear from
I think you just said it a lot more eloquently than we ever could.
Yeah. She's great.
You're really good at this.
Yeah.
It's almost like you should do this for work.
Yeah. Maybe you should have a podcast.
Maybe I should.
Yeah. Pretty good. All right. That's great.
But even something I want to add to that is like, I even think it's like even taking it a step further now of showing people, like I want people to experience it. So I'm like even diving deeper from an emotional aspect, because I want them to feel what I feel.
Yeah.
And so even just taking it a step further, like how can I show them, but like how can I get them to experience what I'm experiencing?
That's that, like if you do that, you'll always be successful.
Oh, always.
We have a buddy that he's been on the show, AJ Angoli, but he was one of the first people, as he's a wedding videographer. He's like one of the first people that I ever saw interject his like personality into his business on social media, like legitimately like behind the scenes of a wedding day, like showing like himself, like, and he's always like amassed a following from it, but like his personality sells. And like I shot a wedding with him at the end of the year, and it was like he had like 4 couples there that were his previously, and he's been in the industry a long time, almost 20 years. But like when the people keep coming back for more, like you're doing something right, you're storytelling the right way. So
1,000%.
So that's really cool, like to see that. So now, hi. We talked about the good shit.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Like, but like, what's a mistake that you see like really wedding entrepreneurs making, and really how can they improve it? Ooh, well, I'll throw a hard one at you.
Maybe a little shiesty.
Okay.
I don't know.
You guys did that.
I'll think of something good.
You guys did that in unison. That was really Wow.
Your nails are longer than mine, so I'm like, it doesn't make that clackety clack, but I love that noise.
Oh, that is like, that was hot.
Wait, one more time. Let's do it one more time, though. All right.
Nail ASMR.
Wow. Okay.
I was doing that to somebody on the phone the other day. I was like FaceTiming and I was clacking on different types of surfaces, and he was just like,
It's a trigger for males.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there, people. All right.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, what's a mistake that you see entrepreneurs making, and like how can they improve on it? Like what do you
with wedding pros.
wedding entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Okay.
Could be general too if you
No, yeah, I think I think just about this whole episode of number one, I think just the lack of organization in your business, because we did a Harris poll, almost 2 years now.
Okay.
A little over 2 years. No, under 2 years. It's been 2 years, right? Yeah. So it's been 2 years now. And that was phenomenal, where we surveyed a whole bunch of business owners, and I can't remember the exact data point. So, but it was like, I think it was like either 2 or 5 or 3 or 5 have lost business due to the lack of organization.
Really?
And another thing too in the Harris poll that we learned was the business that got back to the person who inquired the fastest was more than likely booked.
Okay.
So like you got to be replying very quickly. I think it's even now like under 24 hours. Like if you can reply within the first hour, more than likely that client's going to book you. So I do think that like the lack of organization is one thing that people are truly slacking on as like just wedding industry in general, because like my sister recently got married. So she's been married like about a year now. And so that was kind of where I got to kind of see more of that experience. Mm-hmm. And so there were we did let go of a vendor just because so those things truly do impact. It's like, if you're making my life difficult, I don't have time for it. You know what I mean? So I think those are like some really, really key things that I can think of at the top of my head.
Like, I mean, as a wedding vendor, like we get a lot of that, like, cause we just did an episode about like the biggest tip of advice for like from couples to vendors kind of thing. And that was up there. That was like one of the top ones was client communication. Yeah. Like they weren't communicating well. They weren't like replying within a certain window and stuff like that. And so we give tips like, all right, so if you're out of the office, or like say, you know, like vendors, we work on weekends, right? Mm-hmm. So just put in your email signature that like, please allow up to 48 hours for me to respond. Like weekends, like take a little bit longer kind of thing. Yeah. Just so they're aware communication wise. Replies like, you know, like you see a lead come in, reply quicker, like, you know, like and stuff like that. You're more likely gonna get booked that way. So these are huge because
not me sitting here like as I got an inquiry, just like.
I got one in this meeting.
Let's pause.
Excuse me, people. Yeah. But that's huge because like you said, like client communication, probably it's so important. It's up there. Like like you know. You saw it like we just right. Like they're just letting go of a vendor. That's
yeah.
You don't want that to happen.
We don't like that.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that
garbage person.
Nope. Don't be a garbage person. That's one of our taglines here.
Don't be a garbage. The vendor table. Don't be a garbage person.
It's literally we're making merch that says it. It's
I love that.
It's like probably our number one.
Yeah, but I never even thought that was going to be a thing. Like we just said it one time.
I know. Great marketing.
And now it's a thing. Yeah. So all right.
Leaning into different revenue.
Could you imagine? Yeah. Could you imagine if like we make a sweatshirt like that says "Don't be a garbage person" and like it sells like crazy amount of money?
It
and like
probably would.
Yeah,
I like that. Don't be a garbage person.
There you go. Right? Like yeah. Absolutely.
Unless you want to be a garbage man.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you could be a garbage person.
Absolutely. Sanitation's great.
Sorry, that was a terrible joke.
That was a dad joke. That was good. All right. So, all right.
If you're a wedding pro looking to scale your business, you have got to check out the Abundance Group Mastermind.
Yeah, this isn't just like any other program. It's an experience like nothing else in the wedding world. So I worked with Ashley. She's amazing. And let me tell you, she's one of the like really the most generous, genuine people I've ever met. She's built $1 million a year wedding planning company and shares her knowledge and time in a way that's truly unmatched.
In the mastermind, you get unlimited daily voice coaching with Ashley. Yes, really. Access to every course she's ever created, and 2 incredible live in-person events each year. Plus, the group itself is filled with wedding vendors who are scaling, many who are over the $100,000 mark, some even hitting $500,000 plus.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's That's pretty damn good. This isn't just about learning. It's about being part of a community that gets it and pushes you to grow, really. So if you're serious about scaling your business, all right, you want to take it to the next level, you got to check this out.
What's great for TVT listeners is that we have a special link that allows you to skip the wait list. So check out the link in the show notes for more info.
This is one that I struggle with.
Okay.
As a vendor, as a person, in my personal life. Lauren tells me all the time, you need to work on this. So yeah, I know. All right, how do you set boundaries to prevent burnout while running a small business?
Well, you asking the wrong person.
We are all
Say,
Akua.
say.
I'm not perfect. I will tell you where I'm currently at right now.
Okay.
I'm still trying to also figure that out. Of just really implementing more boundaries. And I have improved. I will say that. I have heavily improved. But one thing for me, obviously just more so working in marketing, I just downloaded this app called Opal, and I'm pretty sure it was from a previous guest on our show that told me about it. But it blocks like certain apps on my phone, stuff like that. So just making like I've been a lot more strategic with actually implementing certain boundaries so I don't burn out. Also to like now when I have a reminder on my phone to like stop, pause in the middle of the day to either take a quick walk or, do breath work or tapping. I know it sounds cheesy as hell, but your girl was going through some things. Okay. So I was like, I need to figure this out. We need to get it together quickly. And so for me, those were some of the ways that I have done to prevent being burnt out. And it's really hard. One thing I'm learning in this season is that you can't expect people to honor your boundaries if you can't honor the boundaries with yourself. And so for me, that's where I'm like, okay, Akua, like if you're saying you're going to be done at this time today, like be done at this time. And so I just have those like in my, like I literally, cause I can sometimes like fall into my work and be working for hours. And I'm like, oh shit, I haven't even eaten lunch yet. So like now I'm like relying heavily more on my calendar.
That is me every day.
Yeah. Where I'm like, reminder, lunch. Okay, I'm going to stop now and go. And what I'm noticing is that number one, I'm enjoying my work more and I'm more creative. I feel more innovative. I feel more confident as a business owner, sort of finding myself on this constant hamster wheel. And then we actually just had an episode come out literally just yesterday, which was talking about finding that balance between wanting success and also capacity. And I feel like a lot of us as business owners, we don't have a realistic idea of what our capacity truly is, right? And she mentioned of like, Alicia Robertson is her name, and she talks about like how we always, the beginning of the week, we'll put our to-do list, and it's like this crazy ass, long ass to-do list of like, I'm going to take over the world, I'm going to solve world peace. And it's like, but can you really though? Like, what's going on in your life this week, right? Your kids are sick, this happens, right? Like, you're not feeling well, or you just never know what's going to happen. And so it's like being realistic about what your capacity is of like, and really changing my mindset of like, it's okay if I gave 10% today, that's enough, right? Like we can't give 100% every single day. So we also have to be realistic with ourselves. So I don't know if that answers the question.
That was so fucking good.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
that was really good.
This is where I'm at. So.
She said, it's okay if I could do 10% today. And I'm like, sold.
Because I'm like, because there's some days I'm like, I'm just going through like 100%. Yeah. Hell yeah. And then there's other days where I'm like, I got nothing in the tank. So maybe if I can just reply to this one email today, then that is a win for me.
Yeah. That's like, for me, it's the same way. I try to like, don't overdo it. Certain days, set boundaries, scheduling.
Scheduling, yes.
The scheduling is the big time for me. Like we talked about this on the show. Like we both have kind of schedules we work within set hours. Because as a business, most businesses, like if you're a brick and mortar, you work in a set business hour, right? So as a small business owner, like whether you work from home or at a WeWork or something like that, like you should have business hours. Don't answer emails outside of that business hour unless it's an emergency or something like that. Just try to prioritize your family time. Set timers on your phone for certain things, like like meditation. Like I go for a walk every day with my dog just to like kind of like get mental health in, because I'm sedentary. I work at a desk. Like I try to work out every day. I've been woke up at 5 a.m. today to work out.
I started waking up at 6 a.m. I've been going to the gym now at 6:30 in the morning. And for the people that I used to judge harshly, I was like that, but now I get it. That's
like the same thing my wife's been telling me, like, get up with me and work out. I'm like, I don't fucking want to.
I know, that was me. And
I'm
like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah, now I feel great.
That wasn't the advice I wanted.
Get up early and work out.
Definitely don't have to. But yeah,
but it's good for the mental.
It's good for the mental.
Yeah.
And you know, and I naturally have been a night owl, so I will say that. But I'm noticing with where I want to go to, like my goals and the vision I have for myself and my business, it requires a different type of Akua. Akua that I've never been. So in order to get what I have to be somebody different. And try different things that I never did, and let's see what works and what doesn't work. Like that's kind of what it is, the beauty of entrepreneurship, right? Like, and just evolving as a person and growing. You're stretching in uncomfortable ways, and you know, and just learning new things about yourself and how you operate in this world. So, yeah,
solid.
This is so solid. This is a great episode.
I'm learning so many things.
Yeah, really, so good. All right, so we're at the point of the show we call the after party.
Okay.
About to get lit. Yeah. All right, so this or that, rapid fire. Okay. Like we might have you elaborate on a few of them. Okay.
Cool. Hold on, where is it?
Okay, it's at the bottom.
I lost it.
At the very bottom. At the bottom. All right, Lauren, why don't you kick it off?
Meetings in person or virtual meetings?
Oh, definitely in person. Nothing beats in person, just connecting with people. I love food, so we can go out to eat, break bread, just talk about life, all the things. That just warms my heart. Brings me so much joy.
That's I love a in-person meeting too.
Yeah.
It's like I used to have an office in my house, and like pre-COVID, I used to like always meet my clients in my house and everything like that. Yeah. And I always felt like my booking rate was a lot better when I had that, like because like they appreciated your time and everything like that, and like it's a lot harder nowadays, like for a lot of people. Like don't get me wrong, like I want to meet people in person, but also I love being able to wear sweatpants to a meeting.
Oh yeah, meeting, yes. Oh yeah, meeting. I felt like just general meetups. Like I'm like, yeah, no, in person, but like a meeting, no, it's gonna happen virtually.
All right, there it is.
I thought it was like, oh yeah, to me, like network. I'm like, yeah, no, I love that. And include food, I'm there. But like client meetings, no, I do virtual.
Okay. All right. There we go. Yeah. You too.
How many times has it been like I have a client meeting at 9 and it's 8:58 and I roll out of bed?
Yeah. Same.
I have met with clients post booking in person.
Yeah.
And I love that.
See, that would be fun. Yeah. Because you've already had
a dinner, a beer. Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yes.
Yeah, I like a couple you chat with me, Ashley and Mike, like I saw them and we got a drink together, stuff like that. So like it's always cool to be able to do that with your clients and stuff like that. But yeah, initial meetings, no, we're
gonna do virtual meetings. I'm tired.
It's really uncomfortable if you don't like each other.
That part.
Yeah. All right. I get the next one. So
you can't leave.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm the person it's hard for me to hide my emotions because I don't like you people can tell. So I'm like,
all right.
I think Mike would say the same thing about me.
100%. You start to see like this face, like, oh. Yeah.
So hard.
It really is. It really is.
All right. Well, this is a wedding centered question.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, do you prefer a wedding band or a wedding DJ?
Can I have both?
Really? Oh, there's fusion now.
Fusion?
Like,
yes, because here's my deal.
Okay.
I would love to have a band for like walking down the aisle.
Okay.
All that stuff, right? Great. Cocktail, we can have a band.
Mm-hmm.
But when that party starts, I want my ratchet ass shit. Mm-hmm. I want like Meg the Stallion. I want glow like it's lit. I need my DJ.
Okay.
And then we gonna throw it back with some LL Cool J. You know, we gonna throw it like it's just all the hits. Hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
90s hip hop?
90s hip hop.
Okay.
Today hip hop. Like it's everything. We will sprinkle a little bit of, country depending on what it is.
Okay.
We'll sprinkle a little bit in there.
Okay.
But yeah, I would like both.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's not on the list. Favorite artist of all time?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, putting you on the spot, girl.
I would never be able to answer that.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Or you want an easier one?
Okay.
Like, what are you listening to right now?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Because I've been working out a lot. I have been listening to a lot of Glorilla's. I'm sorry. She just like hypes me up.
She's so great.
She's so great. I mean,
she's real.
I know. You gotta do the lip too. We do. Ooh. Just makes me feel so badass. Like literally, she put affirmations in her song. Like I like every day in the morning. I literally say some of these affirmations. I can't say it now because there's a lot of curse words. But I'm like, Okay, yeah, let's get it. Like, I hyped myself up before this interview with Glorilla, please.
Love that.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
So that's what I'm listening right now. But of course, I love me some Beyonce, of course, but I do love me some Michael Jackson too.
Okay. All right. Michael Jackson's up there with love Michael Jackson. Okay, but he does have one of the songs that we can't stand as wedding vendors.
What is it?
Like, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Like, because it's
yeah, I don't like that one either.
Because it's so many weddings are kicked off with either that or the other one is like, we get a lot of slander here because we're not fans of September from Earth, Wind and Fire. We just no, like, it's just, as wedding vendors, there's like a few songs, like right, like Bruno Mars is up there.
It's
like
not
just the way
even
you
like
are.
I didn't like it. It's just that I can't stop hearing it.
Yes, yeah.
It's like you heard it too many times, and like
that's all.
There's a thing with DJs on the island where, like, I swear to God, they have the same fucking set list. Like they're all coordinated, even if they're different companies.
You can
legitimately predict
the set.
Yeah.
And in the order of the set. Like, that's how.
It's like first dance, it's like this, and then it goes into like Michael Jackson. It's like, we're like, like legit, we take bets sometimes, like little side bets.
I'll walk off the dance floor.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, there's so many good MJ hits, and like, PYT is my favorite, though.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like,
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. All right, Lauren, you get the next one.
Small, intimate elopement or a large wedding?
Oh my gosh, I struggle with this question because in my mind, I envision a big wedding. So like, my family's from Ghana. I'm first generation, immigrated here over 30 years ago. So like, I would do, like, we would have like celebrate weddings, multiple weddings. And for me, in my mind, I envision that I would love to have like a big ass wedding, and it's like black tie.
Nice.
Like, come correct or don't come at all. Like,
Okay,
everybody got to show
aesthetic
out.
vibes, yeah.
Yes, everybody got to show out.
Yeah.
Don't come to my wedding with no flats or nothing like that, because if you do, you're going to have to come see me.
Ooh,
like, you better come
over the top.
over the top.
Yeah.
But then the introvert in me, reality,
Okay.
would do small.
Okay.
Two warring sides.
Because I know if I'm in the trenches with it, I'm like, no, it's a wrap. Let's do small. But like, in my mind, I would love a big wedding, black tie. Everybody just go all out, like, where you just feel so beautiful. Everybody feels so good, so beautiful, and you just rock out.
You know what a lot of people do? They have a small celebration, just usually a couple people, family, stuff like that, right? And then they have the big party later on, like a couple months later or something. Like, even if it's like a backyard celebration, they just they go crazy. So I've done a couple of those where they're a lot of fun. So you could always do that too. There you go. All right, so. Wedding party or no wedding party?
No wedding party.
No wedding party.
All my friends know this, and my sister knew this as well, but she was disrespectful and still asked me. They know, do not ask me to be in your wedding. Said with love. But don't put that.
I love
please.
it.
Why? Because you want
so much.
And do you want to know why? Because I want peace. Okay? I want to dress up, drink, be merry, enjoy and celebrate you.
Yeah.
Please don't make me have to wear something. So like, my sister got married and we are very close. And well before she got engaged, well before she even met her significant other, I was like, do not ever ask me to be in your wedding. All my friends know this. And all of my friends, we had this conversation. I'm like, look, I love you. I'm there to rock with you. I will be at your bachelorette, all of that stuff, but do not ask me to be in your wedding. And so my sister got engaged and I looked at her and said, okay, girl, remember, we talked about this. Remember, we had that conversation. So don't, a couple weeks later, she shows up to me with a box. I looked at her and I said, what the hell is this? She looked at me like, you gonna be in this wedding. And I was just like, I'm not gonna be. I ended up being in the wedding. But either way, all that to say.
I was gonna say, or you were in the wedding. Come on.
I was. But the point was, I looked at her and I said, you didn't respect this boundary. All my other friends did. She's like, I'm not your friend. I'm your sister. And I was like, girl. So I was in the wedding. It was a good time. It was fun.
There you go.
But everybody knows, don't include me.
Okay.
So no, and I will not have a wedding party. I will not. But all my family's always like, well, it depends, like, what your significant other wants. I'm like, that's his business. He can have his friends over there, and I'm gonna have myself. So
As the bride, you set the rules. So let's just be
Incredible.
real. It's just as a bride, you set the rules.
I think it's so stressful. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I have absolutely been in people's wedding photos where like I don't have contact with them anymore, and I'm hanging in your living room, and you know what I'm just like.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah. We've had so many this year where there's no wedding party, and then we've had ones that are like 30 plus, and we're like, woo, like they're a lot. So, and less drama.
Yeah. Just it's more peace.
Drama free
for everybody. I want everybody to have a good time.
Exactly.
So I don't want you to have to worry about like
where will you want
the dress. Like I still do like bachelorette and still do all of those different types of things, but I just want like my wedding to where everybody is no pressure. Like everybody feels excited and have a good time.
I love
Fancy that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got the last one.
Cake or gelato / ice cream?
I'm lactose intolerant.
Well,
there that goes.
none of that. Candy.
All right, I'll flip this. Okay. Instead of that, okay.
Exit stations.
Exit station. Would you like so you know what an exit station is? Okay, so like you get like snacky snacks on the way out. Like we've seen churro bars. We've seen like candy stations.
Yeah.
We've seen like like caramel popcorn things, like hot chocolate bars, something like that. Like all that stuff. Is if there was like McDonald's, Wendy's, all that stuff. All right. Is there like a late night snacky snack? Okay, that you would want like
that would slap real hard for you.
I probably sound really boring, but apple pie and ice cream.
Ooh.
Donuts. I would definitely have that.
Had a lot of that over Christmas.
Yeah. And probably some pizza.
Okay, pizza's great late night.
I'm so hungry.
They're like greasy. Everybody's been drinking.
All right, well, you're Chicago girly now.
I know. So I'm like, I would have.
Okay, but like Chicago style or New York style?
I wouldn't know. I haven't tried it.
You haven't tried Chicago? Really?
I've been there for a year and I never.
It's like a dinner. Like I mean, like it's. I love Chicago style. As a New Yorker, I love Chicago style, but it's not pizza. It's like it's a freaking like dish.
Yeah.
Like you eat like a slice and you're like yeah, like it's like 3 meals.
Yeah.
Like New York, you could have like, jeez, well, I'm terrible. I have like 3 slices.
I usually eat 3 slices.
3 to 4.
No shame.
Yeah,
No shame.
This has been an awesome discussion. We don't call these interviews. They're discussions. So chats.
Okay. Yeah, chats, conversations.
Well, cool. It's been so much fun having you on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. Where can the people find you?
Number one, you can find me on the Independent Business Podcast, powered by HoneyBook. So definitely hang out with me on there. We interview so many amazing business owners. You guys are coming on, so I'm really excited.
Ooh.
Should be fun. And then you can find me at Akua Konadu _ on Instagram. I love voice notes, so please send me a DM. I will absolutely reply to you. And then my website, akuakonadu.com. So thank you for having me.
Love that.
It's been fun.
Loved having you
on.
Yeah, this is great. Lauren, where can they find you?
Find me at LaurenO'BrienPhoto.com and Lauren O'Brien Photo and the Feral Photog on TikTok and Instagram. Mike, where can they find you?
At Michael Casaro Photo on Instagram, TikTok, as well as my website. And you find us at the Vendor Table Pod on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, as well as
our Facebook group.
And guys, check out HoneyBook is doing a January Jumpstart giveaway. So like with your business tools, all you need to manage client relationships. You guys know we fucking love HoneyBook here. FYI. Yes, I'm cursing. I don't care.
Such a slut for HoneyBook. Hardcore. But it's really cool. Chance to win $10,000 in a prize package. Includes professional development budget, a professional development budget to invest in your business system setup with a HoneyBook Pro and a free year of a premium HoneyBook membership. And if you're already a member, you could actually get your chance to win when you refer a new member. So really cool. So if you have like, that link, everybody does, send that off. But this has been a lot of fun.
It's fun.
Thank you again, Akua, and we will catch you next time.
Okay, bye.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Sorry, guys, at the end.
That's okay. Do you know how